So one of you guys made a comment about this, so I figured I'd make a video on it, which is how do you tell what your actual MBTI type is, right? Because there's a lot of mistypes, especially with some of the more popular types, like for example INFJs. I know a lot of people will like type themselves as INFJ when in reality they might be another type that's closer, so like INFP. I'm gonna wait for the airplane to go by.
A few moments later.
Yeah, so there's a lot of mistypes, especially when it comes to similar personality types. So like for example, ENTJ versus ENTP, or like INTJ versus INTP. And so I figured I'd help you guys make this video to clear it up. So for me, the easiest way to tell what kind of personality type you are is to take the test, but don't take it from the perspective of someone that is grown up. So for example, if you're in your 20s or your 30s, most likely the personality type, if you think of what values you embody at that age, you're not going to be able to do it very accurately. Because the issue is that you've already been conditioned by society. You've already gone through certain experiences. You've already learned how to behave, how not to behave. You've already learned how to behave, how not to behave, and so you've kind of been forced to put on this mask in order to fit in with society, and so it's difficult for you to really tell what your real personality type is, because it's all buried under all these social conditionings. So the easiest way for you to be able to tell is for you to go back to, let's say, when you're 5 years old, or 7, or at a younger age before you've been influenced by society, and then from there, you figure out what your MBTI type is. You do the test based on the values that you embody when you're at a younger age, because at this age you appear to this world, right? You haven't been conditioned by society. You already know what you're after. You don't have people telling you what you should or shouldn't do. You just do them because you're a kid and you don't know any better. And so this person is your actual personality type. And some people will argue, right? They'll say like, oh, but as a kid I was more loud, or I was more assertive, but then now that I'm grown up I'm quiet. Well, what's the reason for that, right? It's because societal conditioning has taught you a certain way in which to behave. So for example, you may have gone through trauma when you're in school, where let's say you're too loud and the teacher tells you that you need to be quieter because you're disrupting the classroom. And so because of that negative experience, it influences you to be quieter, when in reality as a kid you might have naturally been loud. And so as a result, that impacts what your personality type is. So instead of taking the test or trying to type yourself based on the characteristics that you embody now, do it from when you're a younger age, before all that conditioning has come in. As for like slight differences, so I used to struggle between determining whether or not I was INFJ or INFP, and I think for a few weeks that was a big controversy for me. And the easiest way for me to like resolve that was to delve deeper into who I was most of the time. So for example, if there are moments where I seem more INFP versus moments where I seem more INFJ, then I just look back throughout my life and I see, okay, throughout all the years that I've lived, in all of these moments, which personality type is most prevalent? What kind of values are most prevalent? And then from that, you take the majority, and that will just help you determine your personality type. There is also a third way, which not many people will be able to do unless they practice very, very well. However, you can actually tell someone's personality type just by looking at their face. So like their facial expressions, because I've been researching MBTI for like 5 years now, and I've been analyzing people, I'm able to tell like certain people's types just by their face alone, because the personality that they embody does actually reflect on their physical features. And so if you're having trouble with typing yourself, I am open to doing like one-on-one counseling, where we just hop on a call, show me a picture of someone you might know, or maybe yourself, and then we just go through what your MBTI type is. So if you're interested in that, make sure to leave a comment or send me a message, and we'll talk more about that. So anyway, just want to make this quick video for you guys on how to resolve your MBTI type, especially since there are so many mistypes which can affect how people live their life. Because then let's say they're ENTJ, but then the test tells them that they're INFP, and so they live their life with a false identity, and so they're not happy just because of what a computer said. So yeah, all in all, don't let a test determine how you should live your life. Live your life the way you want to, and whatever makes you happy. Right. Make sure to like and subscribe the video, and you got value. Hope you got value out of this. Peace out. Until next time.